Today in Ralphie's Book Club, we're going to be reviewing the Star Trek Starfleet Technical Manual, fully illustrated. Hi guys, Ralph here. So we have another book to review, sci-fi, Star Trek. This one is the Starfleet Technical Manual. This is from the UFP Training Command Starfleet Academy by Franz Joseph. So I shrink these in the garage because it gets a little damp in here, so the shrink wrapping makes things fine. It also looks good on the shelf that I've actually got a brand new copy, which I haven't. So let's have a look and see here. So we have the usual lens glares and stuff like that, so we'll put a thing behind so we can get less. There we go. So we start off with UFP, nice little detail front. These were, I think these were, it says it celebrated 25th anniversary, so that was in 80, nope, so it was 66, 76, 86 was 20, so 91 was it? Yeah, October 91, first published. But the copyright, Franz Joseph Designs, this has been reprinted, which is good that they keep these things going. So, military, Washington, nice little statement at the front, lots of forwarding, Starfleet Tech Manual forwarding. So we have now straight to the sections, Starfleet Technical Order. Now, these are either take them with a pinch of salt because they were before as they were doing lots of stuff to make more canon into Star Trek. So at the minute, yeah, just take it as read. There's a lot of writing on here for the tech manuals. If you are, most of these books, I've actually got a message from somebody saying that these didn't realise a lot of these existed. They probably don't in normal bookshops now, which is nice. Well, it's actually not nice, but hey ho. So can't get. Have we got any? Yeah, we got some stuff in there. Cool. So the text bit is not exactly that good for camera. Miscellaneous provisions. Okay. Every treaty and interplanetary agreement entered into by a member of the United Federation, and after these articles of Federation come. Yes, it's a very technical sort of worded Treaty of Peace. Yes. Okay. So Organia Stardate 3199.5, and we all know the Battle of Organia. Okay. The UFP flag, the original United Nations flag, UFP seal. I mean, it is cool that these are all put in as another seal and banner there into a planetary configuration of 40 Eridani. It's nice to do these sort of things. It builds character into the storyline instead of here's something that's been put in which is just an episode. These are all beta stuff anyway, as they class it. However, most of these things were actually used as a Bible, so they could go back to. Alpha Centauri pennant. That's where Zefram Cochrane was originally from, not from Bozeman, Montana, because this is where things changed. It was originally from Alpha Centauri, as you remember from the episode from Star Trek, the original series, and then they changed it for First Contact. Yes, it's what happens. The original type font as well. People do like to know what type font came in, so you could copy this and make a type font. They already do a type font anyway, so that's fine. Uniform colours. Now that's interesting because we have the uniform colour there for lots of different parts of your uniform. I mean, you've got blood or red for the red ones there. Is that part of a uniform? Is it part of a uniform? So I don't know. Ultramarine, blue, indigo is definitely not, or a sky blue. I know Dr. McCoy wore different colour blue than Spock, but still blue anyway. Technical Manual Order of Stardate 7309. So this is Star Trek 2, 3 sort of. The rank and insignia, current. It's always passed a little bit. There's a lot of Starfleet Armed Forces, Chief Operations, Vice Chief, Assistant Chief, Deputy Fleet. Yeah, this is the rank order. Fleet Headquarters. Now, these were meant to be, yeah, a starbase, which they changed again. See, there's so many changes, isn't there? So many, sort of like, if these would have been stuck as they were, it would have been a different Star Trek. So inside each one of those outside pods, you could fit 3 very nicely large starships. I'm not sure to fit the Galaxy, the Constitution class in the bottom section there. You'd have to have specific ones, like if the nacelles on top wouldn't fit here, so it would be in the middle, but if the bottom on the bottom fit there, yeah. I mean, that one was a cargo container. Cargo containers are on the already inside there because it's a more of a domed, but that would attach underneath here, so they could take stuff where and when. So they had quarters. And it's the same as the Arboretum that they had on we did see part of the Arboretum in the motion picture because it was there. It was at the side of the saucer section, the engineering section. Sorry, it's a bit early in the morning for doing this for me. So yes, it was there. It was the blue section on next to the saucer dish. So it was part of the engineering, but it was out of the way. Now it's a little park area. Right, so we have ranks. We have lieutenant, had 1 full stripe. An ensign would have a broken one, like this one here. Lieutenant commander, or lieutenant commander, as the Americans would call it. Commander, captain would have 2 and a broken. Commodore 3, admiral 4. Whereas in the Next Generation, it was 1 pip for an ensign, 2 pips, 2 solid pips for a lieutenant. I'm not going into smaller ones. 3 for a commander, 4 for a captain, 5 for an admiral, but then they changed the uniform and the styles. Actually, 5 was a Commodore, wasn't it? Yeah, 5 was Commodore, and then they went for having the framework or the triangle around it for the earlier ones. Duty officer, female. These are very original series outfits. They're uniform patterns. So if you could scale that up to whatever size you wanted, you got a full flap, H for hem, S for seam. This is how you make things. Medium pattern. So we have the classifications. The Dreadnought. I'm dying to make a Dreadnought class ship. The only thing that weirds me out a little bit is the saucer is not as nice and defined as that. It's kind of big, bulky. It adds some more decks onto the actual classic saucer. But that third nacelle just sets it off for me, definitely. Destroyer class, I think that was actually the Saladin class eventually, was it? Was that the Next Generation version? Cargo container, like I say, attached underneath. Heavy cruiser. So we're on to the bit that I like now, more technical diagrams. Constitution on 1700. So you show the actual size, particulars, deadweight tonnage, 180 ton. Sorry, 180,000 ton. Heavy cruiser. What is a Saladin class? Scout, transporter. So similar-ish to a, not exactly, is it? It's not a Reliant because you can get a toe pad on there. But still, the Reliant could have been quite easily stuck onto that, changed onto that. The cargo containers. Starfleet Command NCC 3000. Different. See, my copy of this isn't actually that bad for its age. I don't want to strain it too much, that's why I'm holding the side here. So we have a Federation Dreadnought, my, favourite. You can see on here, this picture down here, it bulges out so much from the actual classic saucer. It gains extra space, and you probably need extra space to power the third nacelle. The engineering's got a shuttle bay on the front, and then secondary deflector dish on the back. So yeah, you'd need extra space for extra stuff on, I suppose. Cool. Starbase 1 shuttlecraft. That's a single stateroom. So it's going back to one of the ones we had before with having different types of drawing of what layout would be for your rooms. Just statesperson. Yeah, they have a bit more. Double statesperson. You got twin beds, bathroom shared, jacuzzi tub with jacuzzi unit, twin lavatory unit, vanity units. Yeah, that's sinks. Yeah. You have your main bridge. Yeah, main bridge. You've also got your captain. You're facing that way, even though that's forward. They actually designed it so that turbo lift would. So technically, it's movie magic. Do you know why they did that there in the background? And then instead of being forward on the saucer and it that way, is because you wanted to see the captain. So your camera angles were probably around here. You could see navigation, the helm, captain. You could see Uhura. Spock was over here. The turbo lift were people coming in and out. They wanted to see action and then the guest star coming in. So your camera angles are over here. If the lift was forward and the lift was over here, your camera angles will probably still be kind of over here. You might still see them, but it wouldn't be the right angle. So, yeah. They put that there because you could see it in the background, not because it was actually at the back of the ship. Because you see on the back of the model, there is actually a dome behind the bridge, and that is the lift. But it was in the wrong place if it was facing forward. So you left, definitely. It's like me doing the videos like this. Yeah, technically. So let's go back over to this side anyway. Security section, okay. Astrogator? What on God's earth is an astrogator? Astrogator is shown in the medium resolution and centered on this, centered on the center of the trajectory exploration. So, Type 1 drawings of a Type 1 phaser. I do have some phasers I need to do Type 2, which was Type 1 fitted onto it, so it made it a better, easier, and a proper gun so you could target properly. Now, I have a model kit that I've been sat on for years, and it was modelled from, I think it's actually where you buy it, it's a 23rd century phaser, or laser pistol, or whatever it is. And it was modelled exactly from one of these. Before they did all the 3D scans and all that sort of gubbins, it was actually one of those, and they are very, very hard to come by lately. But it's as near to perfect as you can get without actually getting one. Ray gun. Those are different ray guns from different alien species, don't know what. So, science sections, more technical. Visual Intelligence Display, VID, video. So we have the old CRT sort of on the background. They would never have thought of flat screens back then. It was an emerging thing when we got the next generation, and they went with it. Even touchscreens were an idea back then. But yeah, all that the pads, like the iPads and stuff like that nowadays. It was an idea back then, and they put it straight in. So medical tricorder. The original part there. One company is coming out with one of these. I have asked for a version, a potential sponsored link, should we say, for that one, but I don't think I will. I know the channel's not big enough, and I would like everybody to subscribe who watches these, but I do get a very low amount of subscribers who actually, low amount of people watching who are actually subscribed, which I would like you to subscribe. I'm not going to drill on about it every single time, because I just don't think it's very fair. Standard orbits, so that's geometry, spatial geometry, and all that sort of good-looking stuff. Milky Way galaxy. So we don't know what the shape of Milky Way galaxy is, do we? Because we're actually here and we're looking at it like that. So it's like me saying, what's the galaxy look like? Well, it looks like this flat disc. No, it doesn't. Simple as. That's your easiest explanation. Thank you very much, Brian Cox. I'm here all week. The Intrepid lost. Okay. Rigel. Okay. USS Farragut lost. Constellation lost. So that was where the I forgot what you call it now. Please put in the Planet Destroyer, the Planet Killer. Yeah. Medical sections, a sick bay, or a standardized version of sick bay. We only ever saw really a couple of rooms on that. Medical tricorder, virtually the same as standard tricorder. Yeah, the One Company one has got these discs that come out of it. The screen actually works, the buttons work on it, and there's a battery inside, and it is just absolutely brilliant to look at on the pictures. It is available exceptionally soon. That was a good cheap, there's a microphone. We have microphones. I have one behind me, which is for the PlayStation 3, which is a bit cheeky, but yeah, they just they would use props. It's always on like next generation on the models using, oh, have I got one up here? No, highlighter pens for engines. It's just repurposing that, which is a good idea. More medical devices, anabolic protoplaser. Yeah. Now the final section, I think, we have support service section, communications, be a Hura station, communicator. I have a communicator from the One Company. Honestly, I can't big up the One Company so much. They take the time in releasing something that's a prop. When they did the Doctor Who ones, which are a remote control, but it is a sonic screwdriver, and then the things, and you press and you rotate and you whatever, and it will do different things from remote control. It's absolutely brilliant how they integrated that. The phaser, that was another thing completely. That's absolutely brilliant. I might get them back out and re-review those. Muff into the Starship, transporters, another transporter, hangar deck, which up here will have been the viewing gantry. Oh, okay. So hangar deck's there. So we have sidewards up here is a viewing platform. Or is that up here, the viewing platform? Probably all of it is. The part there, operations deck, you come in, you probably land there, then it would take you somewhere else. Cool. You've got the Vulcan Lorette, Spock's harp, and then tridimensional chess, yeah. And the King, Queen, Bishop, Knight, Rook, Pawn. So they're exactly the same as what would be normal and how, well, I don't think it shows you how to play, it's just, well, yeah. 16 of the 64 squares are movable in 4 groups. And no, I'm not going into that. it's a minefield. So Academy, in case you wanted to write something else in the back, like having a blank piece of paper in the back of the book, so you could do your sums. So cool. A nice little. If you want to buy, go for it. There might be something on Amazon. There probably will be more on eBay. I doubt these will be in your bookshops, but I'll bet there are so many of these revisions that this is the 91 version. So this is this one, but it still shows you all the pictures from the previous ones, from the 70s, 60s, and wherever. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. Please like, share, subscribe, follow me on social media. Consider being a Patreon or a YouTube member to help me out. And I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.